Welcome to the You, Me, and Disney podcast. Hi, welcome back. I'm Nikki.
I'm Shawn.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you too.
Happy May 4th to all Star Wars dorks like us.
And May 5th for tomorrow.
May 5th for tomorrow.
Yes. So this is our third time recording this episode. So
Epic fail. The first time was so long that it cut us off.
yeah, and then the time before that, I think our dog busted in the room and interrupted us. So hey, we know what we're going to talk about.
We do.
What are we talking about, Nick?
We are going to review our trip on the Disney Wish.
Disney Wish cruise ship.
So one of Disney's, how many do they have? 4, 5?
6 working on 7, and I think 1 in Japan or China that they bought from another cruise line. So possibly 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot. A lot.
I only know the Disney Wish, the Disney Treasure.
The Dream, Fantasy.
The Dream, the Fantasy. There you go.
All right. Let's get right into this. I don't have, because this is going to be maybe a little bit longer than a normal episode. I don't have any housekeeping.
No.
And I don't even think I have any hacks. I mean, hey, I'll throw the hack right up front. If you've never gone on a Disney cruise ship before, go on a Disney cruise ship. There's your hack.
Do it.
But what I wanted to do is I wanted to give some people some facts about the Disney Wish. It was, when we had gone on it, the newest cruise ship. I actually think it still is, because I think the other ship hasn't been released yet.
No. Yeah, the one with Peter Pan and...
Oh, yes. It's the Treasure. Yes, Treasure. It actually is the newest ship. So they're beautiful. I think that the Treasure is also a Wish class ship, so it's the same size and pretty much the same layout. But it is a Triton class ship.
Mm-hmm.
That's its official category. The capacity of the ship is 4,000 passengers, 1,555 crew members. It's pretty much a ratio of 1 to 4. So if you have a family of 4, there's 1 crew member for your whole entire family to assist you.
Those are good odds.
Yes. It was built in Germany in 2020. It was supposed to be finished a little bit early, but because of COVID and some other delays, it kind of got pushed back. Its maiden voyage was kind of like in 2023-ish. Actually, yeah, it was 2022. Our trip that we had actually gone on was a Halloween on the High Seas cruise.
Yep.
So it was October 30th to November 3rd. So we went for Halloween. Some other facts about the ship: it's 144,000 gross tons.
That's insane.
And to put that in comparison, the Titanic, which is my only reference, is 52,000 tons. It had 2,000 passengers. It was 882 feet long. The Wish is 1,119 feet long. I found the width of the Titanic is 92 feet. I could not find an accurate width of the Disney Wish. I went on multiple sites. I think I found it anywhere from like 150 to like 125 feet wide. So it's pretty wide. Height, 221 feet tall. The Titanic was 175 feet tall, but that was including the funnels. So the Wish is super tall, not including the funnels. So from the bottom of the ship to just the top deck, there's 15 decks on the Disney Wish. Some of the decks you'll never see because the storage, ballast, crew quarters.
Yeah, we definitely didn't.
Yeah, I remember going down some stairwells and they were definitely blocked off.
Yeah.
You couldn't go there. 1,250 staterooms. Inside, outside, porthole, veranda suites, tunnel suites. Our room, I knew nothing. This is our first cruise we had ever gone on.
Yes, we probably should.
Any of us. Yeah, we probably should have said that. So I did a little bit of research. I knew Nikki wanted a veranda. I knew she didn't want to be in the inside.
I wouldn't have gone on the boat.
Probably not, yeah. So what I did is I looked at the layout of the ship and I chose room 9178. Does that sound about right?
Yes. So we were in the
back. Yes. So what I did is I chose the first room before it became the back in the
Yep.
back of the ship. So we had a private kind of. There was nobody on the side of us to our left.
Yes, there was.
To our left, they were tucked off to the side.
Yeah.
Because it was a handicap room.
Mm-hmm.
So if you walk down the hallway, it was all the rooms were on the right, and then the room straight in front of us was our neighbor. So we were kind of the corner, right to the back. I've learned probably not the best idea because I think the middle of the ship is where you would feel the least amount of rock.
Oh, yes,
I
that makes sense.
didn't know that. And the lower you are, you feel the least amount of rock because you're here. The higher up you are, you're up here.
Oh, way to
So
go.
things I've learned after years of not being on a cruise ship. Like I said, it was built in Germany. It's captained by Minnie Mouse,
Yes, she is the captain.
which is awesome. On the back of the ship, it says "The Wish," and it is stenciled by Rapunzel, rappelling off the back by her hair. It's beautiful. It's a nice little like adornment that is on the back of the ship. Some fun facts about it. There's tons of food. I mean,
An insane amount.
so much food. There are 3 signature restaurants that you get. They're included. There is the Walt Disney Theater. There are Broadway shows where they have Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Disney Wish. The rotational dining is Arendelle, World of Marvel, and 1923. They have upcharge dining, which they call signature dining, which is Palo.
Yep.
Where there is a Michelin star chef who will cook all of your meals. There is the Rose, which looks gorgeous. There is Ashante. There's also the Quiet Cove area. There are 10 pools. There is a spa.
Yes.
There is a private infinity pool in the back. There is 2 movie theaters. There is a Walt Disney Broadway theater in the front of the boat. There is a hero zone for kids that is I feel like it was a whole entire level of the ship.
Yep.
Because it went from room to room to room. There are clubs, including the Cool Kids Club, Edge, and Vibe. And those are all age appropriate. If you have a kid who's maybe at tween or on the cusp of going to the next club, you can, I think, sign a waiver and have your child maybe step up to that next club.
Which is what we did.
Which we did, yeah. Our daughter spent a lot of time in the Cool Kids Club. When she was done, they would call her and come get her. Spoiler, we didn't see our son the whole entire trip. He was gone. He had his own private adventure for 4 nights, 5 days.
Yep.
I already talked about the spa, bars.
Yeah.
On top of being able to drink throughout the whole entire ship at all the restaurants, there is the Hyperspace Lounge, which is Star Wars theme. There is the Barbershop Lounge, which is once you get a haircut or a facial,
You can have like bourbon.
you can have bourbon or what's the drinks that everybody likes? It'll come to me later. It's not a Manhattan. It's a certain type of bourbon drink.
Okay.
Yeah. Keg and Compass, also
Yep.
a cool place, kind of has, I think, a Scottish feel to it.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe like it kind of felt like that. A lot of
Irish, yeah.
a lot of Burberry patterns and things.
Mm-hmm.
Shopping, there's a little bit of shopping. A couple shops, smaller, have some Disney Wish merchandise. There is jewelry shops. So if you want to buy a necklace, a diamond ring, or Rolex, they have all of that there. I think the shops don't open up until you're
An
actually
old-fashioned.
an old-fashioned. Thank you very much. I knew you'd find it. I knew the shopping does not open up until you are actually in international waters because it is duty-free. Yes, so you don't pay taxes on it. You're technically supposed to claim it when you get off the ship, but you don't.
Is that it?
And that's a lot of facts. I just
Those
threw a
are
lot of
fun
facts.
facts.
Yeah, sorry I didn't give you much chance to cut in there, but
No, it's perfect.
last time we recorded those facts took about an hour.
Yes.
So
With
we're way ahead of
factual,
schedule.
factual.
We're going to end this podcast in 10
in
minutes.
10 minutes.
Yes.
So,
Any thoughts? Like, no spoilers. What was this ship like to you? What did you think when you first? I gave this to you as a present. This was a present. We've been to Disney many times. When I told you we were going on the Wish, what did you think?
I was very excited. And I was very excited because it was something completely different. We had been doing a lot of research about the Disney Wish. I don't know if it was like just coming up because it was newer. So there was a lot of hype about the Disney Wish. And, you know, it's They have their own island, which is Castaway Cay that you get to go to. There's a lot of appealing things about going on a cruise.
Yes.
You know, it's all you can eat and a lot is included. And it's
Yes.
like being on the Polynesian or the Grand Floridian on the water.
On the water, yeah.
So
Or the Titanic.
Or the Titanic, yes. I was a little hesitant. Like Shawn said, we are not cruise people. We've never done a cruise before. Full disclosure, I hate boats. I get sick. I'm not like, if someone would be like, let's go deep sea fishing, I'd be like, I'm going to sit on the beach, have fun. So, you know, we just had to be prepared for that. I brought all the things. We did the wristbands with the little ball in the center. It's like a pressure point. I brought a scopolamine patch for behind the ear, Dramamine. I brought all the things. But the Wish itself, when we pulled in, was so grandiose and gorgeous. I mean, she was just beaming in the water. And
she was not even a year old. She was probably only 6 months old when we had taken our trip on her.
Yeah, and everything about it was very awestruck.
She was the ship of dreams.
Ship of dreams. So, you know, when you register for your boarding pass, so to speak, they give you a time to get there. We drove from New England down to Florida because that boat is not going to wait for you.
Yeah.
So if you think you're going to fly in and hit your time, you are not going to do that.
Yeah.
Highly recommend that you go the day before. You don't have to drive like crazy people like us.
Yeah.
But we also went with my parents, so it just worked better.
We actually went to Disney World prior to us.
So it was a land and sea.
Yeah, it was a land and sea. So we did sometimes it depends on your preference. Sometimes people will go land then sea or sea then land. We were at Disney World for a couple days and then drove to Port Canaveral, I believe it's Port Canaveral.
Yep.
So
ride wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Very easy.
An hour.
Yep. It was good. I mean, so you get there and they'll take your luggage.
Yep.
So my hack for today would be to bring a backpack. Because if you have an early time to board your ship, you are not allowed to go to your room right away. There are things that you have to do first. There's the muster drill. There's all kinds of stuff that you have to do first.
Do you want to get into our day by day?
Sure, if you want to. So the first day we got there.
The first day was October 30th. And one of the reasons I did this is Nikki's birthday is November 1st.
Yep.
So we as a family all love Halloween. And we wanted to celebrate Nikki's birthday in another country because why not, you know?
Yep.
So we arrived. I think our arrival time was supposed to be 11:15. Well, we alluded to this in a previous episode. Our daughter got an extra souvenir from Disney World and shit her pants on the drive down. So we had to stop a couple times or one long time.
Yeah.
And then we got there, you said like 2 o'clock.
We pulled
1 o'clock.
I have a photo that is timestamped at 1:12, and that was of the ship.
Yeah.
Which means that that's probably when we were pulling in.
Yeah.
You do have to pay to park, so be prepared for that.
Roughly $100.
Roughly $100. When you get out of, like, before you even board, like I said, they're going to take your luggage. So bring a backpack because the pools are available. Everything in the ship is available, including food, just not your room. And there's like a specific time.
I think it's roughly 3 o'clock.
3 or 4 o'clock,
2 to 3
so like a normal
yeah.
quote-unquote check-in.
Yeah. Their luggage is, when you give it to them in the parking lot area, it is being expedited to the storage area and it will arrive in your room. I mean, I've never heard of a situation that hasn't. I'm sure it has. I'm sure some people haven't got their luggage, but I think ultimately it will find its way to you. So we parked our car. We walked right up. We were late. I told the lady that we were late. She let us go ahead of the people that were still waiting outside.
Lots of security.
Yep, lots of security.
You have to have your passport. It's the same, almost like checking in for airport security.
Yeah.
Check in, airport, they scan your bag, scan your luggage, check in, then you go to like another holding bay, almost like another queue, where there's this room, and we've talked about this before, Disney knows how to do it. This room, you can tell, is supposed to fit hundreds of people in it.
A staging room.
It's a staging room.
A big queue.
Yeah, a big queue. It's got a model of the ship in the center so you can see how they built it.
Awesome.
It's amazing. And then you go, you know, almost similar to how you board a plane, one of those,
A gangway?
a gangway.
Yep.
And cast members stop you and they, what is your name? And you are not allowed to enter until they've announced, and here is the such and, the Smith family. And they give everybody a wand and you walk in and, oh, the Smith family has
Yep.
arrived, and they announce it. And then like Mickey is on a balcony waving.
You said that earlier. You didn't think it was Cinderella up on the balcony with
I have a video. It's Mickey.
Oh, it is Mickey? For some reason, maybe it was all the videos I've watched prior. In my mind, I thought it was Cinderella and
She is up there, but I
she
don't
is
know.
in the Prince Charming. I think in my mind that's how I remembered it. But while she's trying to find the photo, I will say this: you enter in the middle of the ship
Yes.
because there is a gangway. You don't enter in the bottom, like the place you exit off the ship when you're at port, but they open up a huge, I don't even know what it would be called, hole on the side of the ship because you're
Entryway.
entering in the middle, basically. I think you're entering on floor 13 or 14. I might be wrong. It might be 10, but it feels like the upper middle portion of the ship in the what they would call the grand ballroom, with a big multi-level spiral staircase, a stage, the chandelier that changes at night.
It is the chandelier, and I'm not trying to interrupt you.
No.
That grand ballroom
Yeah.
was so breathtaking.
Yeah.
The chandelier alone was so, and even though you've watched videos about this ship, because we do a lot of research, and even though we did a lot of research and we're prepared, not unless you've seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so elegant, beautiful. Mickey. So Mickey was there waving. Sorry.
Right. No, we're looking at the video right now. It's just Mickey. Why did I think maybe I'd watched
Because I
other
think she
videos?
is there too.
Okay.
I think she is there too. And her daughter with her at the wand. So everyone gets a wand, like I said. Because
Everyone, I have mine framed.
at midnight every night, or even, he's waving her. Mickey's waving her from the balcony.
That's the best.
And everyone is decked out in their
Sail away attire.
Yep.
Yep.
So Mickey is decked away, or all decked out, and so is Minnie, and Goofy's there, and they're all there.
Yep.
They're all there. So then your first day you get to kind of explore the ship. We would have had a lot more time had we not been at the gas station bathroom pooping for an hour. But you got to kind of see it, and it was personally overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way, but much like Disney, there's so much to do.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
We had to pause for technical difficulties.
It's a day today.
Yeah.
Today.
The dog, our kids, life.
We wish I was in Disney celebrating May the 4th.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was talking about being overstimulated. So it is very overwhelming. The beauty of the ship, the amount to see, the attention to detail. In classic Disney fashion, there's nothing that's
space that isn't filled.
that isn't touched.
Yeah.
I mean, there is woodworking everywhere and all kinds of stuff. So, we got to walk around, we got to view quickly. And I'm not talking like, you don't have like all day.
Yeah. You're kind of always, I felt like I was kind of always on a timeline.
Yeah.
But not as stressful as not as organized as Walt Disney World's timelines. Where you're like, hey, we got a lightning lane in 20 minutes. Oh, we have like 9 minutes to breathe. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of felt like time was precious. So let's kind of, we boarded the ship. We went through security. We were introduced, which was amazing. We weren't able to get into our rooms yet, so we got some lunch.
Yes. So as Shawn said, there are a multitude of places that you can eat.
Yes.
Marceline Market was open. So Marceline Market is geared towards Walt's hometown.
Yep.
So that's kind of the theming behind it. It's a buffet style restaurant.
Yes.
So, and the difference is the buffet style on the Disney cruise ships is you are not going to a buffet and serving yourself. You take your plate and they serve you, which I personally love.
Yes.
It kind of takes the ick factor out.
Yes.
As well as before any of the buffet style restaurants, when you first walk in, they actually have hand washing stations.
Yes.
And I don't mean like a little, like when you're at a county fair I mean,
No,
this is a whole room
when
dedicated.
you pump with your foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty. I always wonder. I'm like, are they recycling
In the
this
water. Absolutely.
They're not. No, they're not.
Disgusting.
Yeah, there's a little. Yeah,
So, and the food was good. There is no shortage of options,
yeah.
to say
I
the
think
least.
I don't know. We're not vegan, or we don't have any gluten sensitivities. But I'm sure if you do, I'm sure they would definitely cater to everybody's palate or lifestyle.
I mean, there was everything from soups, sandwiches, salad.
Yeah.
I can't even. It was
Yeah,
just
everything.
everything. Anything that you
We
literally
can have
wanted.
lamb chops actually.
Yes, anything that you wanted is either there at Marceline Market or somewhere else. I know their Donald's Cantina is over like by the pool area.
Yep.
Another area. They had barbecue and ice cream and pizza and anyway.
Yeah.
So yes, so we sat down as a group at Marceline Market, and it is all windows.
Yeah, it's glass.
Overlooking the water, and you get to see how beautiful.
The word solarium comes to mind.
Yes.
I don't even know what a solarium is. I imagine this is a solarium because you remember in the movie The Titanic when they first walked into the room and it's beautiful and there's this is what it was like. It was like palm trees and beautiful green carpeting and just wall to ceiling of glass. And I remember our table was right next to the glass, and I remember walking over the table, and it feels like somebody took a skyscraper and plunked it in the middle of the ocean.
Yep.
Because we were looking out onto the ocean. We're opposite the port side. So it was like, whoa, you realize how high up you actually are.
Yes.
We went to New York City a few years back and went into the Freedom Tower, which is the new Twin Tower. And I remember having that same feeling of being that high and being that close to the water. And it's like, wow, crazy.
Crazy. It was beautiful. And then after that, our room was ready.
Yep.
So we were on the 9th deck.
First impressions as you walked in.
Very amazing. So it was beautiful. You walk in, and when you first walk in, to your right, there's a closet, pretty decent closet size space.
Yep.
It held for us 2 small pieces of luggage, as well as there's a safe in there. And then when you look to your left, they actually have 2 bathrooms. So one bathroom is a toilet and a sink, and then the other bathroom is a sink and a shower tub.
Yes. Yeah.
I absolutely positively loved that there were 2 bathrooms. Nothing irritates me more is when I'm showering and someone needs to go to the bathroom.
Take a dump.
Get out of here.
Yep.
You piss me off.
Yep.
So I loved that. And then you go and there's a queen size bed with 2 bedside tables. So each side gets a bedside. I don't want to use the word tables. They're obviously connected to the wall.
It's a shelf. Yeah, with your little area for your charging ports and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. And then there's a couch that turns out to a pull-out couch.
Yep.
And across that is like a vanity. It's a
I would
vanity.
call it a vanity.
That's exactly what it is. Vanity.
Built-in shelving.
It had a bench that comes out.
It did. If you wanted to write a letter, because
yes,
maybe back in the Hemingway days, people did a lot of writing, and they probably did. A lot of cruise ships took 3 months long, so it's like I'm gonna write my novel, yeah.
And then
TV also on the wall, like
TV on the wall.
Yeah.
The TV on the wall was on the other side of our bed, so it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then beautiful sliding glass doors.
Yep.
To our beautiful veranda.
Yeah.
Which was breathtaking and wonderful.
Yeah.
And I loved every second of it. They do have a second bed that actually comes down from the ceiling.
It's magic. You can't access it.
Yep.
Your room steward has. When you leave for dinner and you come back, he or she or whatever, they, them, has transformed your room.
For the night. Put up a partition curtain. They make it looks like a totally different room. It does make it small. It feels very small when everything is folded out. A little tight.
So hopefully you like your family because you're going to be really close to them.
Yeah, so the space when everything's put away, like when the bed is folded up and it's just a couch and the other bed is put away, the space is decent. There's enough space to sit on the couch and have breakfast. But Shawn is correct. When everything's out, it is very tight quarters. But it is nice when you come back to your room. They do the whole, they make animals with
Yeah.
all your blankets and towels. So every night you come in and there was something different. Chocolates are there every night.
They will fold up your cords for your phone.
Yes.
Put little connectors on them and make nice little. They're amazing. These people, and we'll get into that in a little bit, like how staff is, but like, this was Nikki's birthday.
Yes.
So I had purchased a package. It was basically through Disney Cruise Line, and you pick your ship and you put your dates in, and you have option if it's a honeymoon, if it's whatever the ceremony might be, or just first cruise. I had purchased the Disney birthday package, and actually, there's the banner right there. We had to move this from we're in our regular place where we record, and now we're back in our bedroom where we have one of the banners hanging on the wall. It was nice.
The room was so
decked out.
It was, if you have a chance to purchase one of these packages,
Yeah.
do it. It is worth every dollar. When you walk in, the room is either decked out for your birthday, or they had a Halloween package. So you could have had a whole like Halloween theme. It just makes it that they even gave me a magical moments.
Oh, that's
like
right. That's right.
a magical moments card that's signed like by the staff.
That's right.
Yeah. So it is worth every dollar.
Did that come with that came with your package, your
Yep.
birthday package?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know
Magical
that.
birthday.
Oh,
Nicole
wow.
Provost, magical birthday, magical moments.
Well, interesting. Anyway, so after looking at our room, we had to do our muster drill, which is a safety protocol for every ship that sets sail out of the United States, and I'm not sure if every other country. The way that Disney does it, presently, sorry, now I can't even say presently, the way they did it when we were on the ship was it was a physical muster drill. I've heard them do a virtual one before.
Yep.
You had to watch a video on your phone. That might come back because other cruise lines do it presently. They've gotten away from the physical muster drill where you go to an assigned station and they go over safety protocols. What happens if you hit an iceberg in the middle of the Caribbean, or, you name it, whatever happens. That was fine. And then we did the sail away party, right?
Oh, the sail away cruise, or the sail away party. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone
You
gathers.
found the music for it.
Everyone, I can try to find
Yeah,
it.
try to find it again.
Everyone gathers to the main deck.
Yep.
So everyone for the ship, and they have a giant. So there's a giant, like teleprompter, like a giant
big screen TV on the
that's the
side
word
of the
I'm looking
funnel. Because the ship, and I forgot to write down the bow and the stern. I think they actually call it forward. For some reason, they don't actually call it stern. They call it forward, I believe.
Oh, okay.
There's forward and there's the bow. So the forward-facing funnel has the big projector TV on it, and the backward-facing funnel, I believe, no, maybe it's the forward one, is actually the suite, and the back one is where all of the engineering materials are. But they close up a couple pools. A ton of Disney performers come out.
Yep.
And what do they do?
So they dance and they sing, and it's all about celebrating Minnie, like taking off for the, debarkation. Did I get that?
Debarkation, embarkation. I
Yep.
believe you're right. Debarkation.
So, debarkation. So it's technically your debarkation,
Yes.
quote unquote, party.
I don't know what that word means. We'll look that up. Debark?
Depart from, I think, like.
Why don't they call it deparktation then?
I don't know.
We'll look that up later.
So all the characters are there. You got Minnie dressed up, Mickey dressed up. Oh wait, hang on.
She's watching a video that. That is the
right, so hopefully
sail away.
do.
That is a sail away horn. That every ship has their own horn.
Yep.
Disney has that one.
Yep.
And it is awesome. It's how you want to hear that noise because you're on an awesome ship.
Yep.
Like, when you hear Norwegian and Carnival and they're like, it's like, you're like, we chose wisely.
Yep.
So
that party was amazing, and it wasn't, you think of 4,000 people trapped on this boat, but I can say being at Disney at its busiest, it wasn't like Because a lot of people had said to us, be careful, you're going to be so busy, you're going to be shoulder to shoulder, just be prepared. There's not going to be any room. That was not our experience at all.
It wasn't like fireworks.
Other than the sail away party, the other, the Halloween
party,
the Pirate night.
Party, yep.
But even those,
not even close.
People were dancing.
Yeah. And trust me, there were, and not to skip ahead, there were times where I didn't see a soul. And I was like, where is everybody? Like, it was empty. But it was a fully decked out, like all 4,000 people were there.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, and then the first night, so then after you do the sail away party, you go back to your room, freshen up, and then you get to go to your first dining.
If you happen to have first rotation dining. We did.
Yeah. So after Shawn had talked about the Disney app for the cruise ships, when you're checking in, you have to pick your time too. So you have like a 5:45 time or an 8:15 or an 8:15. We are 5:45 all day, all the time. So we were the first rotation for dinner.
Yep. They tried originally to give us 8:15, and I was like, that's not going to work.
Not a family.
So I've usually what happens if you're the 8:15 dining, you'd go to your shows and do all your entertainment first, and then it flip flops. So we did our dinner and then shows afterward. So where do we go on our first dinner?
We went to Arendelle.
You got it.
So Arendelle was exactly what it sounds like. You enter the city.
Arendelle, is that by Harlem?
No.
Where is that?
So Arendelle is frozen.
Oh.
Dum. Okay. So you walk in, it looks exactly like the movie. Exactly like the movie.
The guy, it's not Sven.
Christoph?
No, I said his name like 15 times when we recorded this earlier.
Oh.
Okay. That guy was awesome.
He was one of the best characters. Family.
Yeah. The whole time.
So it's a live show. It's a live, Christoph and Anna are getting married.
Dinner theater.
Yes, very much dinner theater. Music, dancing, not a lot. Music, singing, dancing.
Yeah.
They do kind of circle around the room to say hello to everyone. Food was, I think it's supposed to be quote unquote Norwegian themed food. I think.
I said this.
I don't remember.
I said this earlier, and this is my stand. I'm not a foodie. I love a good steak. So I can tell when things are not good. So I guess I will preface this with none of these foods were bad.
No.
Because if they were bad, I would
remember
them. So I would say all of the food that I ate on this ship were good. The only thing I think I remember was a puffed pastry that had scallops inside of it.
Was Arendelle's.
Was it Arendelle? Okay, so that is the one food, if I'm digging deep into my brain, I can remember that puff pastry because I was like, oh my God, there's gonna be so much stuff inside of here. And I was like 2 scallops.
Yep. Empty.
Yeah. But it was good. It tasted good. So I had nothing negative to say about it.
Yep. The show was great, very entertaining. Because we were a party of 6, we had our own table.
Yes.
If you are a smaller party and you frequently cruise, you probably already know this, but sometimes for dinner reservations, if you are small, you get paired up with other people. That personally for me would be a problem.
Yeah. I'm introverted. But I can be extroverted in certain situations.
But if you hate these people and don't like these people right out of the ring.
If you don't mesh, I feel bad because you might. I don't know how it would work.
I don't know how it works.
If you're stuck with them because this is, and I don't think we mentioned this, this is rotational dining, meaning it is already pre-established what restaurants you are going to go to.
Yes.
Prior to you going to these restaurants. And on your arrival, you will meet your wait staff that will also travel with you. So our wait staff were Sudi and Rafaela.
Amazing.
So a male, Sudi, and Rafaela was a female. They were partners. So one would be your main waiter or wait staff. And the other one would handle your beverages or your wine or your napkins or pulling out your... They were amazing. We remember their names because we still talk about them to this day.
I mean, Rafaela cut up our kids' food. Yes. She'd come over. She wouldn't even ask. She'd be like, "Oh, honey, let me." So Rafaela was from Italy.
Yeah.
And Sudi was from...
I want to say he was from Indonesia.
Yes,
if
he
I
was.
remember correctly.
They were... There's a different level of cast member staff on these ships.
Yeah.
Cast members are a special breed of person anyways, who are all about making your experience wonderful.
Yeah.
These people, these wait staff people are like
Yeah.
It was just well beyond any expectation I could have ever had.
Yeah. Customer service times 10.
Yes, and no one breaks, no one is ever grouchy.
Yeah.
I mean, even the guy who's, like, vacuuming the carpet every morning is like, "Good morning." And
Yeah, you know when you don't wanna say hi to people and you avoid eye contact, well, they say hi to you first.
Yep.
You know, it's like, "Hi," and you're like, "Oh, yeah.
"Oh, hey."
Hey, how you doing?" You know, like, we're from New England, we don't say hi to anybody. These people, like, get in front of your face and be like, "How are
"Hi,
you,
good
sir?"
morning."
You
Yeah.
think they'll pop up like, "Hello, how
"How's
good?"
it going?"
That's so
So Arendelle was good, I loved the theme.
while we were sitting there,
Oh,
we started moving.
yes, we did.
So the ship, you could kind of feel the rumble of the motors going a little bit, the little and the little tinking of the china, and you could also look out the window and see things start moving
Yeah.
by. So,
Yeah.
Nikki mentioned she gets motion sickness. Back when we were dating, I think I took her on a whale watch,
God.
in Boston, and I think she slept on my lap because she was barfing her brains out or sick. So I've always known she's maybe not the best person to take on a cruise ship, but I was like, you know what? We pack her full of drugs. She'll be fine. So I myself, I wasn't 100% sure. I've gone on deep sea fishing trips where I'm absolutely fine. But then when I get off the ship, I'm a little wobbly
Sea legs.
still. Sea legs. Yeah.
Legs.
So, but we were moving. And that's when you start to get in your own head. You're like, oh my God. And it's like the ride has begun. So, how do we end our first night? Do you remember? Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, we went back to the room.
We didn't. Our son disappeared, made some friends. Our daughter went swimming, and we went
Oh, that's
and watched
right.
the movie.
I can't believe I'd completely
Yep,
forgot about
yep.
that. So they have the Aqua Mouse, which
Oh,
is
that's right.
they have the Aqua Mouse, which is an actual water slide
Roller coaster.
roller coaster. So it's it's like a tube,
Tube.
a clear tube.
Think Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railway, because there's movies inside of the tube.
There are, but I was talking more. So it's not like an open water, like you go over
Outside the boat. Yeah, over the ocean.
but it's in an enclosed
It's
tube.
an enclosed tube the whole way. Yeah.
So they went on the Aqua Mouse. I was not going on the Aqua Mouse.
It was windy the first night, and it was pitch black, and my
Yep.
daughter and I did it, and it was freezing cold. Like it was definitely refreshing. And I remember when I got off, I was like shivering, and I wanted the person there who takes your mats to hand me a towel because I was freezing. And he was like, "Yeah, all right, have a nice night, sir."
Yeah, bye.
And I was like shivering. And
Yeah,
then Nikki
but-
and I,
Oh,
this is one of my those core memories. Is we sat down, and Moana happened to be playing on the side of the funnel and on the back.
the giant
The
screen.
screen, and I just remember sitting there being like, wow, I'm in the open ocean right now,
Under the stars.
under the stars, watching Moana on this gorgeous cruise ship, and it's talk about being in the moment, like amazing. I can still I can see it with my eyes open. It's so
Yeah.
vivid.
Yeah.
And then I think that night we all just went to bed.
Yes, I had to take drugs.
Yes. Yes.
And go to bed.
Yes.
Sleeping was fine though. So if you do get motion sickness and you're not used to boats, I did do this scopolamine patch, like I said, and I did think I took Dramamine at night. I slept fine. It's not like I woke up. I did not throw up once on the ship. I was coherent. You know what I mean? So I kind of mustered through it, like just tried to figure it out.
Yes.
So
yes. The next day was Halloween, Tuesday the 31st.
Yep.
So we were arriving into Nassau, correct? We did. Yes. So I think we had 9 o'clock arrival time.
Something like that. Yeah. When we first woke up, we were still kind of, you could see Nassau.
in the
And then that was to me amazing to be sitting on our veranda having breakfast and watch as you like come into. I found it more impressive when we docked at Castaway Cay, but this one, just to see the Bahamas, like,
yeah,
you know, to know where you're going and to see it, and the sun was rising. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was absolutely beautiful.
I remember I like kind of secluded beaches, and I remember there was there's kind of a jetty, so the port is, imagine backing into a parking spot, and on one side was the town or the country of or Nassau is a city, I believe it is, and on the other side was this jetty with like gardens and stuff like that. And I remember seeing a little beach with a rope swing and being like, I just want to go there, right? That little spot. So if anyone's ever gone there, let me know. I'm sure it's possible. I mean, most people on the Bahamas They get day passes to go to Junkanoo Beach, I think is one place. Atlantis is another place. Blue Beach is another place where these are all excursions. You can take day trips over there.
Yep.
What do we do?
We just when you first dock, you have to take your passport. They check your passport when you're getting off the ship. Not allowed to leave
Yep.
without it. And we just did the little straw market.
Just you and I.
Just you and I.
Yep.
You know, we didn't book any adventures in Nassau for a very specific reason. You only get to do Halloween on a ship
Yeah.
once in your life.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to miss any of that. Like,
Yeah.
and not that there's anything wrong with Nassau, Bahamas, but we could go to the Bahamas whenever.
Yeah.
You know, I knew we weren't going to go be on the Disney Wish. And now that I knew that I was sick on the Wish, you know what I mean? It was like,
Yeah.
so we just walked around the straw market.
yeah.
Meh. I wouldn't be like, oh my God, it's a necessity. We did it to do it.
I would think so. So you're not. I didn't feel like you were actually going into the country.
No, not at all.
Of the Bahamas.
No.
It kind of felt like a port. So it kind of felt like maybe an enclosed shopping area.
Yeah.
That was definitely the people were hand selected to be inside of this port. There was nobody coming up trying to sell you stuff.
Yes, there were.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh yeah, come over here, come over.
Oh,
yeah.
maybe they were suggestive, but not
not like
when you actually, if you've been to another country where they will walk up to you and not take no for an answer.
Oh, yes.
That would have actually happened had we gone through the next gate.
Yeah.
When you actually go out into the city and
they warn you.
They do. They always be cautious. If you do go out past the straw market, just be aware, hey, make sure your wallet's in a safe place. Make sure you're prepared. I mean, it's not a dangerous country, but just always be prepared.
Correct.
We were maybe out there for an hour or so.
And and then we came back and
came back in.
We did the whole. We went and saw the ship.
We explored.
You know, nothing makes me happier than to see Disney characters dressed up for Halloween. So it to me is just so funny to know that it's someone as dressed as Minnie who's now dressed up as a witch. Like,
I'm a dude playing another dude. Yeah, exactly. Think that. If you know what that means, I love you. So
that was perfect.
If you get that reference, we're friends, okay?
So we did the things like Minnie was there were the Sanderson sisters were there, so it was Minnie Mouse as Winifred, Clarabelle Cow, and Daisy.
Yep.
All dressed up. So we just went and saw them. Minnie Mouse was two things because she was also dressed up as a witch.
Oh.
And they did not have them out at the same time.
Well, of course not. She's only one mouse. How would you do that? Yeah.
Well, she's also steering the ship, and so
she's three.
She's amazing.
Man, she does a lot.
You know, and I think our daughter did. She was like, she's busy on the ship, and I was like, yep.
Yeah, she is. I think, yeah.
She's busy. And that day too, we also sent our daughter to the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
Yes, we did.
It was amazing.
And expensive.
Expensive, yes. Worth every dollar, in my opinion. My mother and I took her. You walk into this amazing boutique. They treat your daughter or son. They have Prince packages too. They treat your child like
royalty.
Royalty.
Yeah.
You go and they open up this area where these dresses are the most gorgeous ball gowns you've ever seen.
Yeah, we still have it. It's elaborate.
It's elaborate.
It's hanging on a wall downstairs.
So you get a sash, a pocketbook, jewelry.
Yep.
Hair, makeup, all of it.
They do fingernails, or is that extra?
I think I had to pay extra. I mean, I paid for a high package, but not like the grand.
There's probably one I think is over $1,000 package.
I was not. I think we had thought about it, and I was like, she ain't need her nails done.
I think even if you were to do the basic makeup, you make them feel. You probably bring your own dress, can't you?
I don't.
Were they iffy about that?
I don't. I think that the dress is the number one thing that's part of the package.
Is buy the dresses.
Yes.
Okay. So, but she did it.
They did. You know, they did her hair, her makeup. It was the guy who did it was perfect.
Yeah.
Just wonderful. The whole experience was wonderful. And I'm not sad that we waited to do it on a cruise ship. Now seeing it, I would not have ever wanted to do that with the kids in the park.
Yeah. We've done face painting in the park, and it's usually towards the end of the day. And then, like, you watch it slowly melt, or they're like, did I touch my face?
Did you touch my face?
Yeah, like, This was prime because air conditioning, you're not
And it was
right.
your Halloween costume.
And it
So
was
for us,
Halloween,
it
yeah,
worked
served
for
a
us.
purpose, yep.
The one thing I will say really quick about the character meet and greets, if you have littles and there are somebody you want to meet,
Yeah.
you need to be prepared.
Yeah, we should cover that right now, actually, because I don't think we covered it before. There are meet and greets.
So every character is there.
Every character is there. Think about it like in the parks. There's lines.
Yeah.
To go back, I remember when Disney Cruise Line was first announced. I remember the first commercial I saw because there were stormtroopers walking on the deck. Do you remember that commercial?
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God, they're going to have stormtroopers just walking on the deck. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. They're not just characters walking around like Disneyland's.
Yeah.
Maybe if they did it like Disneyland's and had a lot of characters, I don't know how it would work. But think about Disney World and think about lines. Think about there are set times like, hey, at noon, the Sanderson sisters are going to be out, and there was an hour-long line.
They were never an hour.
No?
No, they kept it down because I think they would rotate them out too. You know what I mean? So they would come in and you had to be, it's not like, so Minnie Mouse was always in the same spot.
Yeah.
But Rapunzel also housed that spot. So you had to know which deck you were going to, which character you wanted to see, and how long you were willing to wait. And if you thought you were just going to jump in line at the very end, like, oh, she's here from 12:30 to 1, I'm going to hop in line at like 12:45. Nope. They cut that line.
Yeah.
The cast members, and they're not rude about it in any way.
Yeah.
Not even the least. It's more like, Minnie is no longer taking.
Yeah. The good news is you will have time to probably see them again.
You will. And they're very good. The itinerary is all on your phone, on the app.
And they're on Castaway Cay.
And they're on Castaway Cay. There is photographers all over the place, and you can do photos.
Yeah.
So much like
not like the Disney photo package.
No,
you can't just get one bundle.
No.
It is pretty expensive, and I think you buy 10 photos or you buy 20. So just be aware, look into it, because prices may change from when we went on.
Yep.
But those are characters. So
Yeah.
And yeah. So our daughter did meet Minnie Mouse, I think.
She got to see Minnie dressed as a witch because it's one of my favorite photos. They're actually doing a pinky promise together.
Pinky swear.
Mickey.
What do you think they promised each other?
She told me.
Oh, we're gonna have to ask her tonight.
She told me, and I don't remember.
That'll be housekeeping for tomorrow.
I think
for
she
next
told Minnie that she was her favorite and not to tell Mickey.
Oh, damn. That's so
I
good.
think that's what it was. So Sanderson sisters, Minnie, Mickey, and then Donald. But I'll wait for the Donald story.
Yeah. So that night we went to 1920.
Oh no, and Chip and Dale, who were dressed up like pumpkins.
That's right. That's right. So that night we went to 1923, which was, if you were to rank how glamorous the restaurants, your rotational dining are, I think 1923 was beautiful. It looked nice. It had a good menu. Our wait staff were there. What did you think? Good?
Oh, 1923 was excellent.
Yep.
The ambiance was perfect. So 1923, you either get the Walt Disney side or the Roy side. We managed to get the Walt Disney side both times we went.
So,
it happened to be in our unless you pick a pay for restaurant, you'll get a restaurant twice in the lineup.
Because if you're on a 4-night cruise, there's only 3. So one, you will have a rotation where a restaurant does repeat itself. So you might get Marvel twice, you might get 1923 twice, or you might get Arendelle twice.
Yeah, we were lucky.
Yeah, or you could actually skip one of the nights and just go to Marceline Market, or just go out to actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. You can go out to the buffets. Or you could just eat in your room only. You don't have to go to the dining.
Which is hilarious that you say that, because they offer breakfast in Marceline Market in the ships. We
never did.
We got room service every single morning. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. But then we got dressed. We went back to our room. We got dressed.
Sean and I were Buzz Lightyear and Little Bo Peep.
To infinity and beyond.
Yep, to infinity and beyond. It was perfect. And then you go back to the main deck where they're having a huge Halloween party, giving out bags. And bags. And I don't mean little goodie bags. I'm talking legit, like of candy.
These crew members did not. They were like, "Hey, we're not playing here. We ain't handing out a piece. Here's a bag."
Here's a bag.
Yeah.
And there weren't a limit to how many bags.
I gave bags away.
Yeah, because
I
you
think we
can't-
had 7.
We did.
Yes, and I was like, "Oh my god, what am I gonna do with all this?"
7 bags of candy.
My greed caught up to me, and I was literally like, there was a mom and a daughter, and I saw they only had 1 bag.
You
And
were
I was
like,
like,
"Here's 4."
have another bag. I was like,
My parents were dressed cute too, so they dressed up
Jack Skellington, right?
Jack Skellington theme. So my mom actually found this super cute. It was almost like a scarf, but it was a puppet for a hand, which was 0.
0, yeah.
And then my dad had on like a Jack Skellington hat. They actually looked adorable.
Yeah. We wanted our son to dress up like Sid.
Refused.
We were like, "Hey, dude, just wear this t-shirt." He's like, "I'm not wearing that t-shirt.
It's lame.
Yeah, I just want to be me." So we let him be him.
Yeah.
But he did partake in the Halloween show, which was pretty cool, right?
He was there, but he
Yeah,
with his buddies.
He was there. Yeah, the Halloween show. He
he was
watched
there.
the performance and tons of performing and flipping and acrobats and all that.
The performance was good. It was enjoyable. Yeah, that was it. And then you go back to your room and your turn down service is done.
You're done.
You're done.
It's a day.
Sleeping on nights.
Call it a day. The next day was Wednesday the 1st, and it was Nikki's birthday.
It was my birthday, and we went to Castaway Cay.
Yeah, you gave your impressions before, so you can go ahead. What did you?
So first, my favorite memory of this entire cruise is when we were exiting the ship to go to Castaway Cay. Donald happened to be right there, like coming off the ship for a meet and greet at the same time. And our daughter was so excited that she ran up, and I wasn't expecting them to pay her. You know, sometimes they don't, like they kind of shoo you along.
The cast member would be like, "Hey, he's getting ready. He's what?" Yeah.
Stopped.
Yeah.
Grabbed her hand. They had a conversation, and they walked hand in hand.
Yeah.
It is a core memory. It's probably my favorite memory.
Yeah.
If you're a cast member and you happen to fall on this podcast and listen, Donald, you are amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what the criteria is to be Donald, because every Donald experience we've ever had, not that Minnie, Mickey, they're all great, but there's something about Donald.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then you get off the ship, and I mean, the island itself is beautiful. It's private. You can tell it's private.
Yeah.
They wave to you all when you first dock, and when you're leaving, they have these big white hands.
The Mickey hands.
The Mickey hand. So everyone's who live on the island, they don't leave.
Well,
sometimes.
actually, some people live on. I actually just listened to a podcast the other day about this. There is a select member of crew members that live on the island, but the majority of the stuff when you back up into the island has to be offloaded first.
Yep.
So all the food is brought onto the island. The staff members that are on the ship then go occupy the spaces on Castaway Cay, like the gift shops, the wait staff, and things like that. We got off, and it wasn't the best weather in the world. It was a little overcasty.
It rained a little bit.
People had some overcasty attitudes.
Yes, it was definitely.
Meaning us. Some of us were in bad moods.
I was in a good mood. It was my birthday, but literally everyone else in our party
A lot of pouting.
had a latitude. So as you know, when you have a family, when one person has a tude, it's decent. You can tell it. When everyone has a tude, it's just bad.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the best experience. We should have kept walking to go find a different area to sit, but we chose where we chose.
We got right to the first beach on the left. We didn't take a tram. We didn't do anything. We're actually right by where you'd pick up if you did rent tubes, which I think we did, and just never picked them up.
I made you tote me around for 10 minutes.
Oh, I did. I did get our. Okay, so we were right there. First beach. It was beautiful. White sand beach. You're in the Caribbean. Water was warm. We've been to the Caribbean before, other islands, and if you've never been there before, you probably think it is amazing. You're going to be like 10 out of 10. It's calm waters.
Yeah, because it's a lagoon.
No waves. There's fish in there. It's nice. I think it didn't overly have a tropical feel, but I'm only speaking about the first beach. I don't know what more of the interior looks like, if it has like a, like a more lush look to it. But I mean, the island's big. Like you can take a bike ride around the island. There's an airport because, hey, guess what? It used to be an island for drug dealers. So back in the day, it was a on-off drug dealer island where they'd have planes land there, fill them full of white powdery substances, and fly them away.
Yeah.
And the Bahamas, the country, seized the island and leased it to Disney for 100 years.
Yeah.
So, but you can tour the whole entire island. There's birds, there's lizards everywhere, and it's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. It's got a very tropical white
Yep.
sand. We brought our own snorkel gear.
Yep.
Even if you bring your own snorkel gear, they're mandated. You still have to use the
little life raft.
life raft.
Just so when you're in the water, they can know where to look, because again, it's Disney. They don't want somebody to
Safety
drown.
first,
The safety first, right? I think we're a little grumpy about that. We're like, I know how to swim. Guess what? When you go out snorkeling, that water's pretty deep out
and it's
there.
tiring.
Especially the very first, because they have things under the water, like they have a Dumbo ride vehicle, they have a tugboat, they have Eric, they have a bunch of things that you can go snorkel, and they become like kind of natural reefs where fish will build homes around them, and that was awesome.
Yes,
that was I'll always remember that as well. So, we got lunch too.
We got lunch. They offer it's like a barbecue type theme, ice cream. So, and I think the sun had started to come out by then.
It peaked out.
It peaked out. So, I mean, the overall experience, I do feel in my heart that it was clouded by the fact that everyone was just being a bitch.
Yeah.
Straight out grouchy. Like, our son was pouting. My parents were pouting.
Yeah.
It was just Shawn was pouting, and it was my birthday, so I was literally super mad at everyone.
Yeah.
But anyway, if that hadn't happened, there's also these beautiful cabanas that are way farther down the beach that you can rent. They're uber expensive, and they're first come, first serve.
Yeah.
But supposedly they have like water in them and like all this fancy.
I think they're like $1,000.
And they're first come, first serve. And I don't mean they're first come, first serve.
Concierge.
If you have concierge level, you get access to them first. And then if you are,
and they still sell out.
And they within like 20 seconds.
Yep. Here's another thing too. We got off the boat at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. in the morning, and we got back on at 3. We're beach people.
Yeah.
That's 6 hours with lunch, with shopping, things like that. So really, it's 4 hours.
It is.
We spent 9-10 hours on a beach, so it just felt crammed for me.
And that's the one thing. I think if we could have docked the ship at Castaway Cay, and every day you had the option to either stay on the boat or go to Castaway Cay, I think our experience would have been way different.
Yeah.
We like the beach. We are a beach people. We are a beach family.
Yeah.
And I don't like to be told when I need to leave the beach unless I'm choosing to leave the beach.
That was always one of my big hang-ups with cruise ships is like, if I'm having a good time, we get at the beach at 7 a.m. sometimes, and it's just... I understand the purpose it serves. If you want to go to a tropical place and you want to get there in style, but if you're a beach person, I would definitely say go to it. Check it out. It's gorgeous, but just be aware that you're gonna be crunched for time, and it's just, especially because you went to Nassau, you might not have got to see the beach, and then Castaway Cay might be your only beach experience. And there's a possibility that could get canceled if you have rough weather.
Yep.
You might not even see a beach.
Yeah.
So just be aware.
And it's the one thing I will say that they were offering for a price is when you were getting off the ship, they were selling these adorable
tote coolers
that had waters in them that say Disney Wish on the side. I think we bought 2 or 3 of them.
I bought 2. I think
my mother bought one.
They were $27.
So not overly.
They weren't, especially because you're buying water, which you can bring back on the ship. Which now that I think about, water was kind of a hard thing to come by on the ship. I think we were using refillable water bottles because
they tell you to.
So to bring those extra water bottles back onto the ship was great to have those. We put them in the mini fridge.
Yes. Water. Yes. They offer the refillable. And then I remember reading stuff to bring stuff to fill water.
Bring water jugs, right.
But go on the app. They, you can look and see what they offer and stuff like that. But that was nice. I liked that. And
we also got back. I don't think we had to get back onto the ship until like maybe 5:30, even later.
No, you don't have to. But for us, our
early dining.
We have 2 children to make sure they are showered.
And it was your birthday.
It was my birthday.
Yep.
So I think there were just a lot of factors for Castaway Cay that didn't play in our favor. But I'm not saying it was bad or it's the Caribbean. There's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
any.
If you're having a bad time in the Caribbean, your life sucks anyway.
Yeah, right?
Um, that night we went back to 1923, and it was pirate night.
No.
Yes,
Oh, my birthday was
it
pirate
was
night,
pirate
was it?
night. Yep, it was. Um, I informed the wait staff that it was Nikki's birthday, and above what they did, they sang "Happy Birthday." The head maitre d' came out, and they gathered every other waiter and waitress, and they all sang, and the spotlight was on Nikki. And it's not like when you go to a Chili's or an Applebee's and you have the people like, you got the cook comes out and he just did cocaine and he's like, I'm on parole, and he's clapping, happy, happy, happy. These people looked like they wanted to sing happy birthday to
They
you.
were like making sounds that
Oh my
sounded like
God.
fireworks.
It was so great.
Yeah.
I will never, as long as I live, forget these people's faces,
No,
their
right?
attitudes, their names. It was just amazing. And I guess that coincides with the price. Like, this was not, it was not cheap by any means.
No,
It
as
was,
far as cruises go,
yeah, it's very
I mean-
expensive. And some people are like, whoa, why is it so expensive? The level of service is beyond 5 stars. That's all I can say. From the ship, from the interior to the deck, nothing was tarnished, nothing was faded,
nothing was dirty.
everything was pressed, from the uniforms that the wait staff wore to the linens to everything. It was beyond 5 stars. Okay.
Yes.
So, and they treat you beyond 5 stars.
Yeah. So pirate night, we were all, so obviously it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a pirate themed party.
Yep.
We all had matching pirate shirts.
Yep. Patches.
Eye patches. Shawn had bought me adorable Mickey ears that actually have a pirate hat on them.
That's right. That's right.
Those were actually from Shanghai Disney.
That's right. Yeah.
With
I
ornament
went on eBay and
Yeah.
bought them. Yeah, that's
Shanghai
right.
Disney. So another great, I mean, it was fine. I think we were tired.
We were.
We
We're-
had just been
we're
at the
yeah,
beach.
we're on drugs,
You know,
small bean patches.
I was tired. They were supposed to have fireworks, but it was a little bit windy, so we didn't get to see the fireworks. But as we keep saying, we didn't see our son at all. And actually, that night he didn't roll in until 1 a.m.
Yep.
because him and his buddies were the kids, or not the kids club, the Edge, the oldest one, happened to be having their own party, and they rocked on till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
So he came back, and when I nudged Shawn at 1 in the morning, I was like, "Can you find?"
Vibe. He was a vibe.
I was like, "Can you find our boy?" I was like, he's not gone, but
Yeah.
I'd like to know where he is. And he came back. He's like, "Those fireworks were pretty nice." Loser.
Disney does light off fireworks. They are made of fish food. They are the only cruise line.
Yeah.
And I can't speak for over in China.
Oh, yeah.
But in this area, they're the only cruise line that lights off fireworks. And usually what'll happen is other cruise lines will come close to our ship so that they can watch.
Yeah.
Again, it was a little windy. And I think we also went and watched our first Broadway type show this night.
Oh, that's right.
So we went and saw The Little Mermaid.
We did. We went and saw The Little Mermaid. Spectacular.
Yes.
Spectacular. These are high-level Broadway shows done on the ship.
Special effects, moving the stages around, singing, dancing, flipping.
I mean, you think that you were on a cruise ship and it wouldn't be, this is a Broadway level show.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't like going to your kids' play and you're like, oh, sweet Lord.
Yeah, and you're
It so good. The Little Mermaid was excellent. The cast was excellent. There didn't look like there was one bad seat in the place.
No.
It's not overly big.
you're in the front of the ship, so it's triple tiered.
Yes.
So they serve popcorn. This
They do.
is an additional cost.
No, the popcorn is.
The popcorn and drinks were additional costs,
but not the show.
Not the show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There are a few items: alcohol, wine, coffee service. There are some items that are additional beyond your food.
You can buy a booze package.
You could buy a small booze package, I believe.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But things like the popcorn, I think, are like $2. So it's nothing crazy. Coffee anywhere from like $5 to $6. We can cover that on the next day.
Okay.
As that was our add a sea day. But you sit down and think of a good production.
Yeah.
It lasted like an hour and a half.
Yep.
Everybody claps and it's great. And
It's great.
I think that night we said happy birthday to Nick one more time, and we peaced out and woke up the next day, and it was Thursday the 2nd. It was our last full day on the ship, and it was a complete sea day.
So they I mean, the Bahamas to home is actually not really that far. So
10 minutes.
they literally just drive around in circles in the ocean, I feel like.
Yeah, they do.
I think they zigzag through the
That's the
ocean.
pattern, yeah.
So we were at sea all day. I got to utilize their spa.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
Let me go back one day, because you just said, that night on Wednesday the 1st, I remember going back and sitting on our veranda. If you get a chance to go out and look at the stars,
Oh.
I strongly recommend it. To not see lights and just to look at the stars, we saw Starlink.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, we were out in our veranda, and my son, of all people, happened to be there. I don't know why.
Yeah.
He's using the bathroom. And he was like, hey, come look at these 15 stars in a row. We all walk out there and we're like, oh my God, UFOs, invasions.
Yeah.
Nope, it was Starlink.
Yeah.
But to actually see it, because the sky is so clear, it was amazing. And I'll never forget that too. But
Sitting on the veranda, regardless if you get motion sickness or not, is a very peaceful,
Yeah.
beautiful experience.
Yeah.
It is just so, and we might have said this already, but I don't know if we did, because we had adjoining rooms with my parents.
no, we didn't.
We had an adjoining room with my parents. So what happens is when you go to your veranda, your steward can open it.
Yeah.
So we actually had double the veranda.
The partition between the two.
So we had the biggest veranda because there was 6 of us, and so it was beautiful. It was wonderful. I think I may have had a glass of wine that night out there with you.
Yeah.
The one night I was like, I'll try it.
Yeah. But it's just, and I think it's only a human thought to be like, what would happen if I jumped off this? I think
You do tend to look down and know you're done.
do you think so?
You're
Like,
dead.
I mean, I know a thought crosses everyone's mind that has ever been on a cruise ship,
Yep.
and everybody, but it's like, just to see the wake of water that is behind you because you're at the back of the ship, and it's like, even at night, they have the lights, the floodlights in the water, and you're seeing that kind of green, kind of jade color stirring up,
Yep.
and it's like, there's not really noise, and it's just,
Yeah,
it's like that
that's
slow propulsion, you know? It's
that's
like,
the exact sound.
yeah, it's very, I want to say ominous, but not in a scary way. It's just, that there is so much power. Like, it is such a huge, like,
And I think you had brought up the Titanic earlier. I think it's only natural to know in your mind for a minute, like, there were people in freezing cold water in a boat like this.
spoiler, it didn't end well.
Spoiler, everyone died except for like 4 people. So I think that thought just naturally crosses your mind. Like,
Yeah.
if these lights were to go out,
Hmm.
you are in pitch black. The only saving grace for me is I wasn't fearful of, obviously, icebergs because we were in the Caribbean. I do have a fear of drowning. I sound like a loser when I tell people these stories. So motion sickness, drowning.
Yeah, you sound like you're not fun.
I really am fun, I promise. But anyway, yes, I think it's only natural to look over the side and be like, oh, I wonder what happened if I cannonball. And then for me personally was kind of just like, ooh, this is what it would have been like on the Titanic.
Yeah, the thought will definitely cross your mind.
Or it won't.
Or it won't.
Or you're normal and you're not like us.
So sorry we went off on that.
Yeah.
It just reminded, when I said our last full sea day, it just made me think about that. Which was Thursday, and it was completely at sea, and
So you can't get off the ship.
can't get off the ship.
You are-
We went to the spa this day, right?
Yep. And I wanted to touch on that too. They also Shawn just said coffee. So obviously you can get coffee every morning as part of your package, but there are specialty coffee bars that you can go to and you can get lattes and stuff.
Yeah.
And they do these amazing pictures on the top. I had Olaf and Jack Skellington.
In the foam, right?
In the foam.
Yeah.
It was so cool. Highly recommend it. But FYI, you have to pay for them.
Yeah.
They are not part of it. So yes, I did do the spa. The spa was a spa. It
Yeah.
was amazing. It was wonderful. And we kind of just toured the ship. It was very chill.
Yeah, when Nikki walked around after getting her massage, I walked out and did a complete lap around the ship. And this is one of the very few ships where it will actually let you go out to the very forward peak.
Yeah, we did do
The
that.
point where, Rose and Jack would be like, I'm the king of the world.
Yep.
And I did that with my son, and I did that with Nikki, and it was just cool. And then you look up and you look at the bridge, and you're like looking at this wall of glass, and you're like, those people hate everybody that come in the front. They're like, oh, here we go, another couple. Like, hey, $5 they're gonna do the Jack thing. Like
Titanic
yeah,
reference.
or what are they gonna do? We can see you. Not a soul.
No one was there.
I walked the whole entire ship, and then I was able to walk to the adults only section. There was 6 people up there. Again, to the people that said this ship was going to be packed, no, it was not. There were people, oh, what is this ship game where it's almost, is it shuffleboard?
Yeah.
There were people playing shuffleboard.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I've never seen anybody outside of a 1980s Florida movie like Cocoon, playing this. I didn't know this game existed. I thought it was make-believe.
Yeah.
So to see them playing it, and it was like, I, again, envision the Titanic and Jack walking on the, was it a promenade? Whatever the deck is called. Where you'd see the dogs and like this and that, and like, the rich people, but we're not rich and we're walking on these decks.
Yeah.
I walked in the back to see the infinity pool and the adult only section. Again, there's a little smoking section up there if you wanted a cigar or something like that. You wanted to have a nightcap or a glass of wine. 5 people there. Your parents were 2 of them.
Yeah. And I will say briefly to kind of wrap it up at the end, there are multiple pools. They suck. I'm sorry. I flat out said it.
They're not pools. I wouldn't call them pools. I'd call them
waiting
larger jacuzzis.
Larger jacuzzis. Yeah. There is a
Big
splash.
tubs.
There is a splash pad area for small children.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone to that area if you paid me. We walked by and I felt so bad for all of those parents.
Yeah.
Because it just looks like it's the only place that looked like sheer chaos.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it is not a Royal Caribbean where you have pools,
go-karts,
It's not
infinity,
that.
Yeah, like Olympic-sized pools. I listen to podcasts and I'm like sometimes thinking we failed because there are trivia. There's movie. I tried to get into one of the movie theaters and it was completely full.
I know.
And I was a little disappointed about that. But it's like, I don't know if we did it wrong or if we're just amateurs or if we tried to pack in too much or if this is how it works because you can't do everything with Disney. Mm-hmm. I feel like we succeeded, but there's some points I feel like I failed at. And I guess maybe that's the feeling of, well, I have to go back and do another one, But
so
yeah,
I think again, that's that whole conversation of, like you just said, you can't do it all. We're character people.
Yeah.
So we spent a lot of our time
characters
doing these characters, and I think if we hadn't, that is movie theater time.
Yeah, it is. True. Actually, you're right. Or trivia.
Really quick to wrap it up.
And we didn't stay up late at all.
Oh, 9 o'clock.
Some people might be out until 1 a.m. like our son.
Right.
Right.
We did see on our last night at sea, we went and saw Aladdin.
Well, we skipped over dinner.
Oh, sorry.
Our last night we went to Marvel.
Yep.
What'd you think of Marvel?
Marvel was fine.
Yeah. Cute. Spider-Man came out.
I think I was done. I feel really bad saying that. Like, I think I was done.
Yeah.
I didn't overly love that restaurant.
Yeah.
I was the only one.
It was cute. Again, cute. Dinner theater.
Yeah.
Sudi and
Raphael were there. It was our last experience. So we actually were super sad to say goodbye to them.
Yeah.
I think they gave our kids hugs.
You have an opportunity on your last day, your debarkation day, to have breakfast with them, but we were getting off super early, so we were like, hey, this is going to be the last time we see you until possibly our next cruise. Hey, best of luck. You guys were amazing.
Yeah.
Good to know you and become friends with you.
And you can actually tip them extra.
Oh, yeah. I would recommend.
Oh, highly do it. I mean, this is their life.
Yeah. I asked, and just in case you're aware, because your curiosity gets the best of you, and you're like, hey, how long are you on the ship for?
Yeah.
These sign contracts for 2 to 3 months at a time.
Yeah.
They do not get a day off.
No.
They get a shift off. So if they're working in the morning, maybe they'll get the night off. So they're on 24/7. They're sleeping on the ship with you. They're there. When you're sleeping, they're working. It is a commitment.
Yeah.
So people from all around the world go onto these cruise ships. You're gonna see countries you never even knew about, and you talk to these people.
We met that guy from Scotland.
Oh my God, the bartender was amazing, and it's funny, and I'll say this in short. I look for people who are always on and off. He was the only guy when I was like, so So how did you get this job? And I saw him engage into, I'm going to give you my Disney prepared speech.
Yes.
Well, I went to this and this program. I saw an opportunity. It was almost like he was reading from a script,
Yeah.
but he was still very personable.
Yeah.
But other than that, everybody, you can just tell, loves their job. They're happy. They've signed multiple contracts to continue working for Disney Cruise Line. It's great. You know, our last night, though, the water got
Oh my
low.
God.
Okay.
So our last night, the water was so scary. It was high waves, and because we were at the show,
Yeah.
the Broadway show, we saw Aladdin. So
Yeah.
let's really quick. Aladdin was even better than The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Aladdin was spectacular. If I hadn't been petrified I was going to die, I would have enjoyed it so much more. The problem is the we already said it, is the show is in the front of the boat.
Yep.
So you could feel every wave that smashed into the front of the boat, and you could see the characters or the actors on the stage who are so accustomed to this, rocking
Pitching from side
back
to
and
side.
forth because they just are
Like a pendulum. Like their legs are stationary and their torsos is going, oh, hey,
Yeah.
this way.
It wasn't
Whoa.
my cup of tea, and I do remember the captain going overhead saying that we were going to hit some rough seas. So I think, unfortunately, it was a little bit of a just kind of a yucky.
Yeah.
And we all took meds to go to bed, and I was like, just let me wake up in the morning and not be dead.
This night I did actually take a Dramamine. My daughter was a little nervous, so she slept in the bed with Nicky. And my son slept above us. And I remember watching a plastic water bottle rolling on the counter in front of me. And I was like, I was like, I want a Dramamine. But even before that, we picked our daughter up from the kids club.
Oh, that's right.
And I was looking at a porthole that was down at the water line. And I was like, whoa, to see these waves and the way they part and the way you see the water rise on one side and then go down on the other. And you're like, whoa, imagine this was real big waves. And it was it was a lot to let you. It was a reminder that Mother Nature and water, wow, like when it gets it's amazing. It is the force of water and wind. Amazing. You have to respect it.
You do, and don't get me wrong, it wasn't like the deadliest catch waves. Okay,
Not at
it
all.
wasn't like
Puts that into perspective, doesn't it?
But they were enough that it made the ship go from that glass ceiling feeling to you knew you were in rough seas. And for someone who it was rough.
Yep.
So
then the next day we survived.
The next day we woke up. We weren't dead.
We're not dead. We woke up, beautiful sunny skies.
Oh my God.
And we were back in Florida. And we got our luggage. We brought it down to Marceline Market where we started our trip.
So real quick, just as you have the option when and this is the reason I'm bringing this is important. If you are looking to get off that ship right away.
Yeah.
And go somewhere, like let's say you have a cab waiting for you, a flight or something, do not give them your luggage.
Yeah.
You have the option of leaving your luggage outside the door for your steward to take and put in God knows where.
Because you have to go through customs.
Because you have to go through customs. Or you get to take your own luggage.
Yep.
We took our luggage. Like I said, we drove. We knew we were getting back in the car to drive 24 hours.
We were driving straight back that morning.
So we took our luggage, but yes, you still, and I think you get to be on the boat until like noon.
I think 11. Yeah.
So it's very much like check in, check out.
Right. Because they got to turn the boat over because the people are going to be starting to board back on. So they're turning. I think you have to be out of your room by 9 a.m.
I feel like you did.
Yeah. You had to be out of your room by 9 a.m. because they were starting to clean your rooms up and make them spiffy for you. Because again, you can't get back into your room till 2. So they want to make sure that everything, all the food is refreshed. Everything is refreshed.
Yep. So that was just my little spin on it, is if you need to get off the boat and don't want to worry about having to collect your luggage from Lord knows where, keep it with you. It was not overly dramatic to bring it to Marceline Market and have breakfast.
Not at all.
You get to see the ship one last time. And I feel like as our family, we were done. I was sad to get off the boat. I was sad our vacation was over. I was not sad to be on land.
It was a long vacation. Again, we started at Disney World. We did the cruise. We left the country, came back. It was a lot.
a lot.
It was a big one. Some people then go back to the parks after that. I've heard of call it sandwiching.
No.
For us, we had a 22-hour drive.
24.
Back home to Massachusetts. So, all in all, we spent 4 nights, 5 days on the Disney Wish. What were your ultimate thoughts? Like,
it was amazing. It was a wonderful experience. If you are a cruise person and you haven't done a Disney cruise, highly recommend it.
Or if you're on the fence.
I highly recommend it. These ships are very detailed. They're gorgeous. The staff is amazing. The food was amazing. I can't say that, oh my God, I can't wait to book my next Disney cruise, but that's just because
your motion sickness.
Not just that, I'm an island person. Stick me on my island, stick me on my beach. Don't tell me I have to get on and off the ship. Like I said, if you could put me on that ship and I could go to the beach every day. Oh my God. I in a heartbeat, I would do it. But I think in general, I think it's, yes, anyone should do it. If you love Disney, you have to put this in your repertoire.
You have to. Even if you have massive motion sickness, it's basically like being on, think about being on like Rise of the Resistant, or I'm sorry, Guardians of the Galaxy for like 12 straight hours. Just think about it like that.
I could tolerate the boat. That I can't tolerate.
Think of that. But so would you ever do it again?
I don't know. You've asked me that before. I don't have an answer for you. If you were to ask me tomorrow, the answer is no.
Okay.
Give me some time, maybe.
In the process.
It's hard for me to say, and it's not because I didn't love it.
Yeah. You know what's funny? After we recorded our 3rd episode this morning and it failed, I thought a little bit more about it, and there is also a Disney cruise line that leaves out of England that goes through the fjords. It goes through like Arendelle, basically. It goes through Sweden and Switzerland. I would actually love to do that because it's not rough waters at all. You're actually almost going through lakes of still water. And it looks Holland. It looks beautiful.
I'm sure it was amazing.
And I've heard so many. So, I mean, if I were to ever do it again, it would either be that or Alaska. And I think now that I thought about it more, it would probably more be the fjords because it would be Europe. The ship was amazing for me. It was beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Like I described it to a friend. I was like, it's almost like a Ferrari. You know, you just want to like look at it, you want to touch it, you want to drive it, and you can't even believe it exists. And that's how I felt being on the ship. Like it truly was like the Titanic. It was gorgeous. Thankfully, I don't have motion sickness, so I'm.
And our kids did fine.
Our kids did great. Not even, you wouldn't even know at all. So for me, I would be more apt to say yes. I would definitely do it again. The price for me was a factor, because it was on the expensive side. You know, we didn't even get into gratuities, but it's like, you know, once you get off the ship, whether you prepaid your gratuities or not, you're still leaving with the bill. Trust me. Because you've charged your gratuities at some point, whether you got a coffee or whether you wanted to tip your stewardess more. You know, you're gonna be paying a little bit additional. It's not gonna be crazy, but it's still something. Still a couple extra $100. So maybe just definitely prepare for that. If I were to rank this out of 10, this ship, I would definitely give it a 10.
Oh, 10.
A 10.
The ship itself
is a 10. is gorgeous.
It was perfect.
I mean, let me put it this. You'd said this earlier. If the cruise line you got on it and went down to Castaway Cay or Lighthouse Point, the new island, and didn't move for a week, and they charged double,
I would pay.
I bet you people would. Oh my God, why hasn't Disney thought about doing something like that?
Because it wouldn't be a cruise.
But think about it. It's like you're playing first class, like a plane to get there. Then you get to sleep on the ship, and then you get to get off. Like, Disney, call us up. We have ideas.
I don't know why people know it.
Build another port, build another pier, and you should be doing that.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't know why they don't listen to us.
But that's it. I hope we covered as much as we could.
Honestly, I think there's so much we could have talked about
because we packed it in the last episode and we ran out of time.
Yeah.
But hey, you can do as little as 3 days, and I think as much as like 10 days. So there are cruisings and sailings Maybe not this Caribbean, but there's Western Caribbean.
Okay.
I mean, as far as sailing in general, I think it might even be a 14-day option as
No,
far as
thank
cruising
you.
goes. So try it. Try it if you've ever been on the fence about it. That's about it about Disney Wish. Next week, I think we're gonna go right back to our news, and this.
Sure.
Trust me, I've been following. Like this week, we took a break from news, but I'm still keeping up with
Keeping
all.
track?
Yeah, oh yeah, there's stuff going on.
There's
So
stuff.
we'll have stuff to talk about next week.
Love
But
it.
do you have anything else, Nikki?
Nope, that's it.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
All right. So until next week, stay classy, Disney.
and thanks for stopping by.
Mm.